welcome to the first of 4 videos in my new sketchbook course. I call it Sketchbook Fun, of course. My name is Miriam and I am an artist based in Denmark in Europe. In this series of videos we are going to explore a sketchbook and take off some of all the pressure that can be in producing artworks and paintings. Whether you are a person who paints classic watercolor or more abstract, this course is for trying something new in a relaxed and easy to go way. The videos will come with 14 days in between, so you will have time to practice what I have shown you in the videos. In the first video, I'll be showing you a certain way or method to paint, and in the second video, we will practice lettering, and perhaps you can develop your own style here. And in the third video, I'm going to show you yet another fun thing you can do in your sketchbook combined with lettering. And in the last video, we will create an actual artwork using some of the methods we have learned in the 3 other videos. But now I have talked enough for now, so let's get on with the first course. So to begin with, we will make a sketch. And I put up the reference photo here to the left, so that you can follow along. And you can just use any kind of sketchbook you have or piece of watercolor paper. That's completely fine. But make sure the paper is thick so you can use watercolor on top of it without it bulking. And we are not aiming to get every detail on the flower down on the paper, just main lines, I would say. So we don't want the sketch to be too detailed. We have come a little further, but just take your time with the sketch and get it right and the proportions right and all that. And now I just want to show you my little sketchbook here, because in this one I keep my color play, if you can call it that, where I experiment with colors and all kind of different colors and to see what I think they look like together. And this book can be really handy when you are playing in your sketchbook and want some ideas for some colors for your painting. Yeah, I just wanted to show you this. It's quite nice to have something like this because you can, see what colors you think go together and what you don't like, and it's really nice to have a book like this. But the colors we're going to use today are these ones. I found these. I think they are really pretty together. Perhaps they won't be as dark as this in the painting, but these are the colors. And it's a burnt orange, undersea green, perylene green, burnt umber, and indigo. And then we're going to use some gold pen as well in this painting, because we are experimenting and we are doing it in our sketchbook. And we want to try new things out, things we haven't done before, just to explore what you can do with watercolor. And it's just all about having fun. So let's get started with the painting. Okay, so for the brushes we're going to use, I have a little selection here, but I'm not going to use quite a large brush because I want to be a little bit precise in my painting today. So some smaller brushes. This is a size 6 and the largest one, a size 4, and this is also a 4. Perhaps I won't use this Another idea could be a size 2 brush if I can find it. No. But some brushes with a good point on it will be nice. Here it's for precision. But let's begin with the leaves, and we are not going to do it like we used to if we paint classic watercolors, because we want to experiment in our sketchbook. So if we begin with this leaf, I will just paint a line down the leaf, and then I will paint 1/2 of the leaf. And we will leave the other half. And we will do that with the rest of the leaves as well. And it's up to you which part of the leaf you want to paint and which part you want to leave. So there are no rules in this, almost no rules, because we want to step away a little bit from classic watercolors and just experiment and have some fun. And let me see, we got one here. We got this one down here. And so I will continue with the rest of the leaves. And now I can see here on my sketch that I have missed a leaf from the flower, or a petal. So I'll just draw that in. Don't want anything missing in the painting. And like that. And when these leaves are dry, we will mix up the other green color, the peridot green. And then we will paint the other half of the leaf with a darker green. And we will do that on all the other green leaves. So now we painted the leaves, and then we will continue with the burnt umber. And we will paint the stems with that. Yes. Oh, I forgot one up here, I can see. Let me just paint that in as well. Then we have the stamens here inside the flower. So we will go in with the burnt orange and paint those in as well. And you can also use the burnt umber for some of the stamens in the background. So you can see the difference. And yes, I'll just paint these two as well with the burnt umber. Like that. And now we got the most of the flower covered, because the rest we are going to use a gold ink pen, and so it's time to paint in the background now. But make sure that everything is completely dry before you do it. And another suggestion is, if you want to have some more interest in the painting, you can take your masking tape and place it like this, so that some of the flower will be outside the background. That could look quite interesting. So I'm going to do that. Like that. And then we're going to paint the background. So to begin with, we are going to mix up some color freehand, the indigo, so that we will have some in our mixing pan. And the next step, and what I usually do when I paint in a background, because we're going to paint the whole background, is that I wet the paper before I drop in the paint, because this will give it a much nicer look and help the paint distribute nicely on the paper. Excuse my English. Sometimes my tongue make nuts and I can't speak proper. But now I drop in the paint, and it's up to you how dark you want the background. You can also make the background in more than one stage, so that you begin with a lighter color, see how it looks, and then you can wet the area you're going to drop paint in again, and then you can drop in some more paint and it will still look nice. And I'm concentrating. It's hard to talk when you are concentrating. But yeah. And this way of painting, you know, if you're not into flowers, you can always paint apples or trees or insects or whatever you like in this style. It's really something you can do with many different things. So yeah, I really hope you can use this idea for your painting and just to explore and see what you like. I think it can be quite difficult when you are an artist to figure out your style, so this is one way to do it, exploring in your sketchbook to see what you like to do. Perhaps you think this is even too strict, you want to be even more loose. Well, then the only thing you have to do is open up your sketchbook and begin to experiment. And sketchbooks are really nice because it takes off the pressure of performing, and you have to make something really beautiful the first time. No, you don't. And yeah, I just love sketchbooks, and I think they are very handy and useful and nice to experiment in. So, and what I could also do now to the background, if it's a little bit boring, I could just dab my brush directly in the color in the pan and just drop in the color like this. And this is core watercolor, and core colors really love to spread when you are putting them into wet paint. So not all watercolors do that, but core loves to do it. So, but I will continue with the rest of the background, and then we will continue with the next step. So this is how the painting looks like right now, but we are not finished yet, so hang on there, and we will let this dry completely, and then we are going to play with this gold ink pen. It will be so much fun. So now everything is completely dry, and then we're going to use this gold ink pen. And to begin with, we will outline everything with the gold pen. So everything will get a line around it in this gold. If you don't have a pen, but perhaps you have some gold watercolor, you can use that. I could also suggest this one from Winsor & Newton, liquid gold. It's quite nice as well. It gets really nice and glittery, and that could be quite pretty in this painting. I just find it easier to control everything with a Posca pen like this is. And what we're also going to do is make a gold line here between the two colors of the leaf. And afterwards, when we take off the masking tape, we can always see if we want to add the gold into the rest that's underneath the masking tape. I think perhaps I will, that will look more natural, but we can see once we get there. Yeah, but I will just continue with this, and if you are following along, you can do the same. And then I will show you what everything looks like once I have finished. And here on the flower, you just follow your pencil lines, because we will just keep the flower in this red color. So yeah, we're just outlining here. And in some places the gold is a little bit thicker. Perhaps this stem we have here in the flower, we can meet that whole area with the gold color. And underneath here, where there could be a bit of a shadow area, you can just fill in the space with the gold color. And also around the stamens will be outlined with the gold pen. Now I have outlined everything, and wow, this looks really pretty. And then we have to remove the masking tape. Normally I will use my hairdryer, but I will take my chances. But it's a good idea to use a hairdryer to take off the masking tape, because it can tear the paper. And I think I will add the outline in gold here where we had the masking tape to finish it off nicely. If you like, you could also do the line here all around the painting in gold. I won't do that. I prefer it to be like this. But yes, and we got a little bit of outlining here. Like that. Wow, that is such a pretty painting. And hopefully you learned something new and tried out a new thing that you have never done before. And you can always paint whatever you like. If you like fruits or vegetables or animals, try this method. A limited color selection, and dividing things up in two, like with the leaves here, and perhaps leave something white out. Whoops, I forgot something up here. And paint in a background. If you are going to paint something dark, if I painted this flower in a dark pinkish color, I would prefer quite a light background. I would suggest that. That will make everything stand out more. But yeah, that was the end of the first video, and I hope to see you again in the next. Be well and bye for now. And I thought I would just show you another painting I did using the same method. I think this became really pretty as well, even though I painted the background darker, contrary to what I told you to do. But anyways,